So Evolving Skies drops this week, and for many people that is going to be the new hot spicy topic for a little bit. However, pre-order prices are already through the roof, and they're giving me a big headache. So today I get to complain about it on a video for 15 minutes. But first, roll that intro. Hey Gengar Gang, what is going on? My name is Ryan, this is the Analytic Gengar, and welcome to another video. In today's video, friends, we talk about the week leading up to the official release of Evolving Skies. Now, today's video, as many, is a little bit of a sort of guesstimate of what's going to go on over the next week. Obviously, I use historical data and historical observations to drive my assumptions and analysis, but just bear in mind that I might be wrong. Who knows? I mean, Rayquaza VMAX alternate art secret rare could go up to $2,000 next week raw. Who knows, right? Anything could happen. Either way, I think what's important to take a look at today is the current standing on some of the stuff. Now, it's really interesting because normally what I would do is I would wait until about a week after a set was released in order to do a similar type of analysis, but that isn't what's going to happen in today's video. So if you're looking for a video like the one I did on Chilling Reign, bear in mind that it's going to take a little bit longer because I need to collect the necessary data from TCG Player in order to make that video. So that's coming a little bit down the road. Today's video is more of a warning and disclaimer around some of the stuff that's going on right now. So first thing to note is Evolving Skies has a official release date of, I believe, August 27th, 2021. So we are expecting Evolving Skies to officially drop this Friday. And bear in mind that that is an important thing because everything you're seeing up till now in terms of pricing, in terms of sales, and in terms of any type of, ooh, look at this really cool card from the new set, is being done on a very, very, very limited population. And that is why I think some of the prices that you're seeing on screen on TCG Player are as high as they are. Obviously, like many other sets that have existed before, there's always this really weird situation that plays out where right before a set is released, people get their hands on some product, either through pre-release events or, other scenarios that play out. And then what ends up happening is those folks go ahead and try to sell their stuff. The thing is that they don't sell their stuff at normal pricing because the availability of this stuff is incredibly, incredibly limited. So right now they can get away with selling these cards for incredibly high prices. So as an example, you can see the Umbreon and the Rayquaza VMAX alternate arts are both over $300 each. And those are the only two cards in that price range, but it's kind of staggering to see those prices. Now bear in mind, this is TCG Player, but trust me, people are looking at this page to justify their own listing prices. So whether you agree with TCG or not, I guarantee you there's someone out there at least considering some of these numbers when they go ahead and list. Either way, even if you get 10% off this price, you still should not be buying this stuff. That is the main idea that I want to stress in today's video. With less than a week to go before officially this product drops, I guarantee you we will see stuff from the Pokemon Center, we will see stuff from local game stores, we will see stuff on eBay, and it's going to continue to be so because it looks like Pokemon was very, very, very well prepared for this, especially given the fact that aside from the Pokemon Center exclusive ETBs, a lot of stuff has been up on the PokemonCenter.com for purchase just like normal. You've seen tons of local game stores with the $120 price tag, which, I have my opinions on that, as you guys know from last week, but at least in the grand scheme of things, it's less than the $144, and it's getting better set after set. So the good news is that I think, especially for like a wave 2 of this type of stuff, we're going to see a lot of really cool pricing, and obviously with increased availability of product, guess what else is going to go down in price? these prices. So that's why it's so incredibly important for you not to purchase these cards right now. If you wait till Friday, I guarantee you, you will immediately get to take about 25% off the prices you're seeing on screen in order to purchase a card. If you wait till 2 Fridays from now, so I believe that will be the first Friday of September, you will probably be looking at about half the price that you're seeing on screen right now. And again, those are my official predictions, but bear in mind, I will capture those data points and we will do that analysis a little bit later on in early September. But that's just, you know, based on my own thoughts and theory, I think that's how we're more or less going to end up getting there. And I think that's important because you don't want to do anything too hasty and go ahead and purchase cards that otherwise you really should just wait a week to purchase at half the price for. That's really the thing that kind of stings me with this stuff, because I never truly understand why people will go out of their way to purchase this stuff so early and in advance. The one time that I have seen something like this play out, and this wasn't even a pre-release, this was actually a official release, was with Hidden Fates. For those of you who don't remember or weren't around back then or weren't paying attention, there was a Black Label Beckett BGS 10 SV49 Charizard. So that Charizard ended up selling for about $10,000, and it wasn't pre-release because Hidden Fates had officially released, but it was pulled from a 3-pack Mew or Mewtwo box. That was the only item that was out at the time, and someone went ahead, pulled it, got it graded, and it sold for $10,000. That is the type of quote-unquote pre-release pricing that we frequently see. And then once more product becomes available, as it did, many more black labels got graded, and now if you go on eBay, the price is substantially less than what it was a few months ago. And again, I expect to see the same thing here. The same thing has happened with Battle Styles. The same thing will happen to Chilling Reign, because bear in mind, Chilling Reign's still a little bit newer than Battle Styles is, but Battle Styles is definitely old news. And for the most part, it's one of those situations where patience is your biggest ally here. I cannot stress that enough. If you are a collector, one of the best things you can do is sit and be patient. Just because the set drops this week and you can't find stuff on store shelves does not mean Pokemon will never ever print this stuff ever again. Chances are this stuff will be printed for at least the next 5 years, either through booster boxes, ETBs, or in a variety of other sealed products, collections, etc., etc. So at a minimum, you can expect this to be around for 2 to 3 years after its launch date, and at a maximum, some products and some sets are so specifically particular and popular that they print them in everything. A good example of that is Evolutions, that released in 2014 and was found in product in 2020. There are just some sets that are so popular and so ubiquitous that they just get put into everything. So, long story short, you're going to have these opportunities pop up for years to come. And so I really want to strongly encourage everyone not purchase at prices like the ones you're seeing on screen. It's just not reasonable. Now, the other thing that I'm curious about Evolving Skies about is the whole what cards are going to remain at what values. Now, I'm curious because Rayquaza is one of my favorite Pokemon. However, I'm kind of disappointed because I had really hoped the Rayquaza V alternate art was going to be with Kyogre and Groudon and not with Zinnia, but it looks like they're leaning more on that timeline from ORAS than they are from the original Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald storylines. So, kind of stinks, but that's me and my own separate thoughts anyway. Now, to wrap up today's video, the last thing that I wanted to talk about is my predictions on long-term viability for this particular set. Obviously, each and every single new set that comes out, nowadays the question immediately gets asked, oh, do you think it's going to be a good set in the future? And my personal opinion on definitely at least Chilling Reign and Evolving Skies is that they're going to be fun sets to open up well into the future. So I do think there is a very specific and very interesting aspect to these two sets, Chilling Reign and Evolving Skies, that are perhaps missing from previous Sword and Shield sets, as well as maybe lacking in future versions of these Sword and Shield era sets anyways. And the reason I say that is primarily because the alternate arts. There are a lot of alternate arts in Chilling Reign and Evolving Skies, and every set has secret rares. Every set has gold, energy, and trainer cards, and shiny Pokemon. So when it comes to the Sword and Shield era, there's really not a crazy amount that differentiates one set from another aside from the actual cards, because for the most part, you get many of the same types of rarities. However, the alternate arts are a different story, because the alternate arts in these two sets in particular have been truly and simply outstanding. Even though I personally believe they could have done better with the Rayquaza V and V Max artworks, I do think overall all of the different cards are really good looking cards, and there's a reason that people are willing to pay as much as what you see on screen right now, and that's primarily driven by the fact that they're pretty dope cards. So it wouldn't surprise me if in the future these become highly valued and prized sets, not only because they're really neat, really cool, and really interesting, but also because there's tons of fun in opening this stuff up. The one thing I will say with that is that Chilling Reign was lacking for a significant period of time because pull rates were just absolutely garbage and they just weren't fun to open up. I think secondary and tertiary print runs have addressed that issue by adjusting upwards the amount of pulls per booster box. For something like Evolving Skies, I am almost positive that as people begin opening the set up, we will find that alternate arts will be pulled at a more consistent basis, and overall the pulls will be more consistent, and I primarily attribute that to the community feedback and outreach from the Chilling Reign experiences from launch. Because again, I don't think Pokemon is deaf or dumb. They were listening, they were observing, and they were trying to figure it out. Because don't forget, they're also under pressure to print a lot more of this stuff, and so I can kind of understand why printing causes issues with pull rates. And although I suffered from that, as you all very clearly saw, it is what it is. However, I do think they will listen and they will adjust to make sure that people are having a good time with the stuff, because I know for a fact they're not going to want to have two sets that are really good but don't live up to their full potential because of bad pull rates and bad ultra rare distribution. I don't think they want that rap, so I think they're going to work actively to go out of their way to address that in these next couple of prints. So that puts us in a good spot. You'll have sets that are fun to open up, they have really amazing cards in them, and fundamentally they are sound investment choices. Bear in mind, of course, you have to bear into consideration the fact that, hey, these aren't going to be the next first edition base set cards, but there is a margin to be made there, and more importantly, there is a reason why people would want to buy this stuff from you sometime in the future, or why people would be willing to pay a premium very much above MSRP. So I think those are all really good reasons why someone would want to look into putting some of this stuff away. And of course, none of this is investment advice. This is just me thinking out loud about how I would look at it and why I might be justifying doing this. But obviously, you should make decisions based on something more authoritative than the YouTuber with like 1,000 subs. So there's that. Anyways, friends, thanks again for checking out today's video. If you learned anything new about Evolving Skies, pre-order pricing, why it exists the way it does, and why you should avoid purchasing ahead of time, definitely feel free to leave a like on the video. And if you're not already, feel free to join my happy little community by clicking the subscribe button down below. As always, I'll be in the comments if there are any questions. Thank you for your viewership, and we will talk soon. Peace.